Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. You look so pretty. I
Oh,
love that.
goodness. Thank you. Well, I
So
meant to
early
make
in
it
the
in the
morning.
office and do scripts, but I was obviously in my own way and I'm still at home and I'll have to jump in the office right afterwards. I was not going to make it.
Oh, you look so nice.
Oh, thank you. How's everybody's Monday? I see just a couple of us on here. How was the weekend?
A little
Good.
busy.
Good. Did anybody do open houses or anything like that?
No, I went to one, but didn't host anything.
Yeah.
It's just hard
I
to get
think
listings.
it's hard, it is, but I think if you just focus on it, I think it'll happen. If you're doing the calls, I know my son has been like crazy. I'm sorry. He's been crazy on the phone calls, and he has 3 listings in like less than a month.
Oh,
One
wow.
under agreement, and he had an open house yesterday. So I know for myself, I've been like maintaining too many of the things, and I need to get back on, my 3 hours. It really should take 2 to 3 hours a day of like focused lead gen, which is hard, but we can do it.
Can I ask you an unrelated question?
Sure.
What do you give for like closing gifts? Any idea?
So, we have these blankets that we made, and not made, we had made that have our logo on them. And then we also have cutting boards.
Mhm.
So we sometimes put like those 2 together in a basket. And it depends, like we have, they actually have our name on them, so we can use them as advertising, so you can write them off. So, we'll do that. We actually got a email yesterday from a client that moved back to Germany, and they said, we just got your package. We have the cutting board on the corner and we love the blanket. We're going to, it'll be nice for us during the winter. So I got one of those blankets when I sold a house. I mean, when I bought a house,
Mhm.
someone bought me one and I thought that was awesome.
And who do you
Sometimes I'll
get them
just buy
through?
a basket full of stuff too.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't want to spend a lot of time. So we have like tons of cutting boards and tons of blankets, and we tend to use those. We've also done the knives,
Okay.
they're really expensive and you only get one. You know what the knives I'm
Yeah, I
talking
saw
about?
those. Mhm.
So we have a client who's doing a buy and sell. So we're going to give a blanket, a cutting board, and then I went to this cute little place in Jackson Square, in Weymouth,
Mhm.
and it's like artist, like an artisan. Like there's tons of artists who come in and do things. So I
Oh,
bought a couple of things there that'll add to it.
that's nice. Do you get both sides, sellers and buyers, when you're doing it, or
What do you
if
mean?
you have the listing, do you buy for your seller? And
I do.
yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. Just, you know what I mean? Whoever I'm representing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And where do you get the blankets?
I had them personalized at a personally yours kind of
Okay,
place.
yep,
The cotton blankets, I can show them to you, you know, our
okay.
logos on them. And I don't know, it's a different gift from what a lot of people do.
Hmm. No, that's cute.
Kind of like, it's nice to just have a bunch of them and feel comfortable about that. I know like Danny Zhang, he gives a bottle of champagne and $100 gift card to Home Depot.
Hmm.
And he just does that across the board.
Yeah, that's a
So
nice gift too.
yeah, everybody has a different, a different thing. So
All right, thank you.
welcome. So I think we should get into scripts. I don't know if you guys feel like, fast. Do you want to go over for sale by owners? I mean, I want to really try to challenge you guys at some point about like, what are the objections that you're getting? Whether it's by the phone or in person, is it like cut your commission? Is it something like that?
Definitely cut the commission.
Okay.
Um, a lot of people, are waiting to see what happens in the market. Heard
Mhm.
that.
Okay. And with everything, we have to go back to motivation. Like when people say, I want to wait, that's going back to motivation is really important. Has anybody seen any for sale by owners? Did you guys do these the other day?
In Ignite?
Did
Is that
not.
what you're asking about?
Yes, we did.
You
Oh.
did? Okay. Was this helpful at all for anybody? And does anybody know where you find for sale by owners?
I'm not sure.
So for sale by owners, you can go onto Zillow and you go over to the left-hand side of the screen and it says, make me move, or it'll say, looking for homes. You'll find for sale by owners there.
Oh, good.
It
Thank
will
you.
pop up with a lot of different for sale by owners, either people who are ready or aren't ready. And then also if you go onto MLS and you look for homes that are, how do they
Where
say
you go?
it? What's it called? Entry only. Hit, check entry only. Those are also for sale by owners. And somebody puts it up there for $500 or something for them, put it on MLS, but they do not represent the seller. So there are lots of places to find them. Never mind, we're going to start to see a lot of for sale signs. Remember that we had a late spring and there was a little gap, and I think right now people are ready to put their homes on the market again. So I think that we need to be able to get those appointments and then be able to convert them and get your full commission, and you should be able to make it right through the winter. Don't be afraid. People tend to say there's not much going on. There's a lot going on. You just have to let people know. So John, do you want to start with a for sale by owner script?
Absolutely.
Okay, so why don't you start with that, and I'll see if I can throw something in there. Try to stay on the script no matter what I say, okay?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm just getting the script pulled up currently.
Oh, okay. It should be right. Can you guys see this? Is it on the screen share?
I can see it.
Okay, good. Good. Teresa, have you ever talked to a for sale by owner?
I have not.
They eat children, everybody says. That's why nobody talks
Well, at
to
least
them.
I'd be okay.
People say that, they go, oh no, they eat children. I'm like, oh, that's the scary part about them.
That's funny.
Okay, I'm sorry. I see it now. I can use this one, Lisa.
Awesome.
All right. So ready?
Ready.
Okay. Ring ring.
Hello?
Hi. Good morning. This is John Carlo with Keller Williams Showcase Properties, and I'm calling about the home for sale at 123 Main Street. Is this the owner?
Yes, it is.
Hi. I'm doing a survey of all the for sale by owners in the area, and I was wondering if you sold this home, where would you go next?
I'm not sure. I'm kind of waiting to see the market's pretty good. Just see what I can get for a price.
Mhm. Okay. How soon do you have to be at the next location?
Probably before the snowfall.
Okay. And if you were to rate your motivation to move on a scale of 1 to 10, how urgent would you say your move would be?
If I get the right price, it's a 10.
Okay. Great. What methods are you using for marketing your home?
Well, the sign out front is giving me a lot of calls.
That's great. How did you determine your sales price?
My neighbor, they sold their house, so mine's better. So I just thought it should be worth a little more.
Okay. Are you prepared to adjust your price down when working with a buyer?
What does that mean?
Well, if you were to negotiate with a buyer, do you see whether or not you'd be willing to lower your price for your home?
Maybe.
Why did you decide to sell yourself rather than list with a real estate agent?
Money, of course. I don't want to pay commission.
Okay, I understand that. We get that a lot. If you were to list, which agent would you list with? Did you have one in mind?
Probably those Redfin agents.
Okay, Redfin, I understand. How did you happen to pick that agency?
I think that they have a good deal or something. I don't know.
Mhm. Okay. If you were to list, what would you expect that good agent would do to get your home sold?
I think get me the price I'm asking.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Ms. Axios. How much time will it take you before you consider interviewing the right agent for the job of selling your home?
Well, I'm getting a lot of phone calls. Maybe next month.
All right. And what has to happen before you consider hiring a powerful agent like myself for the job of selling your home?
Probably next month, honestly, is the time. It's just going to have to be time, I guess.
Okay. Are you familiar with the techniques I would use to sell your home?
No, I don't know. I think, you pretty much do what I'm doing.
Okay. Well, what would be the best time we can go ahead and show you what we're capable of doing to sell your home?
Well, I'm not sure. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, if you're free Monday or Wednesday, we can schedule you in for a free consultation. It'll just take about 30 minutes of your time, perhaps.
Okay, but I'm not going to hire anybody. You understand that, right? I don't want
That's
to waste your
completely
time.
understandable. It's a free consultation, Ms. Axios. We're just here to kind of go over some tips that may help you in case you're interested in listing with us as well.
Okay, that sounds good. Wednesday works.
Okay, great. Ms. Axios, thank you so much for your time. We'll book you in for Wednesday, and I look forward to seeing you. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
That was good. You stayed on there. That was good. Does anybody else want to take this one? And somebody else can chime in as the homeowner. Give them just a little bit of pushback, but not too much.
I'll be the homeowner.
That's okay.
Was that?
I think there were two of us that's.
I said I'll be the homeowner, Teresa.
Okay, Jeanette, you want to be the
Sure.
realtor that you are, the successful
realtor-
for sale by owner realtor you are.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And what was your name, Teresa? Is it Teresa?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, this is John Atwood, Keller Williams Realty. I'm calling about the home for sale at 12 Main Street. Are you the owner?
Yes, I am.
Hi. May I ask your name?
It's Teresa.
Hi, Teresa. So I'm doing a survey of all the for sale by owners in the area, and I was just wondering, if you sold your home, where are you going to go to next?
I think I'm going to go to a condo. Not sure where. Somewhere on the South Shore.
Oh, okay, fine. You're going to stay in Massachusetts. How soon do you have to be there?
I'd like to be there before the winter.
Oh, great timing. How would you rate your motivation to move on a scale of 1 to 10?
Probably around an 8.
An 8. Okay, that's fantastic. So can I ask what methods you're using to marketing your home?
Well, I have a sign, a for sale sign. I am on some websites, word of mouth in my neighborhood.
Okay, great. And how did you determine your sales price?
Well, a couple of homes have sold in my neighborhood, and I did look at those and compared mine and added some of the things that I've done to my home and adjusted the price.
Absolutely. Okay. Now, if you're working with a buyer, are you prepared to perhaps adjust your price down if you need to?
Why would I need to? I'm hearing that people are getting more for their houses now. Instead of going down, I feel like people are telling me they're all getting above. So I'm not really sure what you mean.
No, at times it may, there may be an incentive at sometimes a buyer may come up with cash, for example, and that might be more important to you than waiting 3 months on the timeline that you've given. But there are all different scenarios.
Okay.
I was
I
just
hadn't thought of
curious, how set you were in determining that sales price. Why did you decide to sell yourself rather than list with a real estate agent?
Because it's a lot of money to put into my pocket and use for my next home.
Okay.
And I hear that inventory's low and houses are flying. So I'd rather have the money myself than give it away to an agent.
I understand. I completely understand. If you were to list, which agent would you list with?
Honestly, hadn't thought about that because I'm really determined to sell it on my own.
Okay.
You can skip that next and go.
I will, yeah.
if you were.
If you- well,
Sorry.
okay, just if I know you haven't thought about it, but if you did at some point decide to list, what would you expect the agent to do to get your home sold?
I guess get it sold for the best price and in a timely manner.
That's fine. That's a great, that's a good expectation. How much time will you take before, how much time will pass before you consider interviewing the right agent for the job of selling your home?
I think I'd like to have a few open houses myself and get some feedback and see how it goes. And if things didn't go well, then I would consider, talking to an agent or interviewing an agent.
So is that is that the time you would need before you consider hiring a powerful agent like myself for the job of
Yes.
selling your home? Absolutely. Okay. So are you familiar with the techniques I use to sell homes?
I'm not. Could you
Well,
tell me a few of those or?
absolutely. I'd be delighted to do that. When's the best time that we can get together? I can meet you face to face, or we could talk virtually over by Zoom, if that's more convenient for you.
Possibly. I was just wondering if you could give me a couple of examples of what you do differently than I do.
Well, one thing that I do that that could be different is that I actually actively prospect for buyers. And I know right now, as you indicated, it's a seller's market, but what I don't sit around and I don't just place what I don't do is just wait for buyers to come to you. I actually market your home in a way that's really unique, and I'd be delighted to give you more details.
Sounds interesting.
Is that all right? Okay.
Sure.
All right. Awesome. So let's set a time.
Okay.
Good answer. That was good. I like that answer. I prospect because those people are not prospecting. The for sale by owners are not going out there looking. So that was awesome. That was really, I liked that. It seemed real. Did everybody else agree?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Awesome. It was really good. It was nice how you pivoted when you had to, Jonette. It was very good.
Thank you.
Who wants to try that next? It's nice, I think, to hear how other people are coming up with those answers. You're kind of on the spot, So
I can try next, I guess, if.
Excellent. Matthew, is that you? Awesome.
Yes. Whoops! I put my video on. Hello. Sorry, I thought I had it on.
Good morning. I wish everyone would put their video on. I have to put mine on. Come on. Nice.
That's the same when we do our team meetings. Sometimes I forget to put my video on. I get yelled at. Where's
Yeah.
your video? We can't see you. Oh, sorry.
There you are. Okay. I love seeing people. It's just so much easier. There you are, Barry.
Oh, hey, Barry. How you doing? I hate to be. Hello, everyone. By the way, the only reason I keep my video off is sometimes that I'm distracted. Like if I'm moving around, or I don't want to distract other people. So
It's okay. It just makes it feel more real.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. We got a full Hollywood squares. It just feels so much better like that. I appreciate it. I don't care if you got pajamas on, you didn't brush your teeth, whatever. I don't care. So, Matthew, you were going to start this,
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
And who's going to be the homeowner? I will, if nobody else.
I'll do it if nobody else is
Okay.
interested. Okay.
Sure. I want everybody to get their vocal cords, get them going, because once you start like this, you'll just start picking up the phone. Honestly, this is where it's going to give you some drive to go get it. And when you hear these objections, it's no big deal how you answer them. Just answer, and when you look at this and you go back to why you're calling, they'd be like, oh, why, do you have buyers? No, I'm actually doing a survey of all the for sale by owners I have that are in the area. Or, you're not on MLS, so I want to make sure that I tell my buyers that are, about you, if they might be interested in the house that they can't find on the multiple listing. Go back to that if they start being really nasty. Like, why you call me? If you don't have a buyer, don't call me. I know I didn't have my scripts with me the other day, and I was in one of those booths, the little small, like phone booth type of things. And I think I lost quite a few phone calls because I just didn't ask the next question fast enough, so, and just questions that make them feel like you're interested. So that's why these are great. All right, Matthew.
Yeah. All right. All right. Hello, this is Matthew Rhines with Keller Williams Realty. I'm just calling about the home for sale at 12 Main Street. Is this the owner?
I am, yes.
Hi. Well, I'm actually just calling because I'm doing a survey of all the for sale by owners in the area. And I was wondering, if you sold this home, where would you go next?
Well, I'm going to go to the waterfront in Boston.
Okay. So still staying in the Boston area. And how soon do you have to be there?
Well, I'd like to be there before the summer.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, we'll see if we can make that happen. But how would you rate your motivation to move on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'd say it's a 9. I'm gonna
It's a
move.
9.
No question.
Great. And what methods are you using to market your home?
Well, I'm on Zillow, and I've gotten a lot of calls, and I'm actually thinking about also doing one of those MLS pay for a listing on MLS. I heard about that from a friend, so I'm thinking
Okay.
about that too.
Okay. I know what you're talking about. And I'm just curious, how did you determine your sales price, your current sales price?
Well, there were homes in my area that sold for more than I thought they would. My home is much, much nicer. So I just did my own calculation, came up with the price.
Okay. And are you prepared to adjust your price down when working with the buyer?
Depends on the buyer.
Okay. So, and I'm just kind of curious. So why did you decide to sell yourself rather than list with a real estate agent?
Well, I have a high-end home, and paying a, commission is, I think is taking equity out of my, taking money out of my pocket. So if I can sell it myself and save the extra commission, then, why wouldn't I? I don't like paying car salesman commissions either.
Yeah, no, I get it from, if you can do it on your own and save the money, why not? And I'm just kind of curious, if you were to list with an agent, who would you go with?
I haven't even given that any thought, to be perfectly honest. Right now, I'm determined to sell it on my own.
Okay, and if you were to list, what would you expect that agent to do if you decided to go down that route?
They better come with their A1 game and sell my house ASAP.
Okay, so it sounds like time is maybe of the essence. And how much time will you take before considering to interview, the right agent for the job to sell your home?
Well, I don't know exactly how long it's taken houses to actually sell. I'm thinking that I could sell it right away. So, so how much time would I take? I guess if it's not sold in the next couple of months, I would maybe consider by the beginning of the year.
Okay, so in a couple months. And other than time, what has to happen before you consider hiring a powerful agent such as myself for the job of selling your home?
What has to happen? Well, what would happen is I can't sell it myself, or
Okay.
I don't have the time. Or whatever.
Okay, so I guess since time is maybe the main factor. And are you familiar with the techniques that I use to sell homes?
Well, I just met you on the phone, so I guess the correct answer is no.
Well, great. Then I'd love to show you. So what would be the best time that I can show you, what I can do to sell your home if you want to meet physically or virtually, whatever works best for you?
you know, I'd love to chat with you and see what you do to market homes. I'm going to just be square one with you that I'm really not planning to hire anybody anytime soon. Like it's got to, so if you come, I might pick your brain and use some of your ideas to sell my house myself. So,
Yeah.
just so you
No,
know.
I'm here as a real estate advisor, so happy to help anyone. And if anything else, at least I get to see some more of the inventory on the market. So it's, it's not a waste of my time. So don't worry about that. So I'd be
Okay.
glad to come out and talk with you. Let's nail down the time. Wednesday at 3 or Thursday at 4 work better for you.
Yeah, either of those times. 4 o'clock is fine. That'll be great. Thank you.
Perfect.
What's
We'll
your
see you
name
then.
What's your name again?
Matthew.
Matthew. Okay. See you at 4 o'clock on Thursday.
Excellent.
Perfect. See you then.
It was good.
That was really good. You kept going back to what was her motivation. Does everybody know what the motivation was? It was time. It was time. He
Which
kept,
is most, yeah. Seems like
you know,
most for
why
sale by
did, you know, why are you selling? Oh, you know, timing was her most important. And you said you went back to the motivation like 3 times, which was awesome. And also the way that you pivoted when, you know, she's like, you know, I'm not going to sell this. I'm going to sell it on my own. I don't really want to sell with an agent. And you said, that's okay. I'm a real estate advisor. That was perfect. I was like very happy with that. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Didn't that seem like so like when everybody gets on these phone calls, I think we all have this, we're stuck. Like, who am I going to call, first of all? And we should figure that out the night before. And what am I going to say? And if somebody says something that doesn't go along that goes with these questions, just remember you're helpful. You're coming from contribution. You're helping them, you know, to either realize that they do need an agent, or maybe sometimes some for sale by owners really do amazing, you know, you just never know. So it's nice to have the language, but remember, these are conversations we're having. Does anybody want, I know we're getting close to time. It goes so quickly. It's crazy. Does anybody, who didn't get a chance to actually go through this? Anybody? Does anybody want to look at something else for a moment? Or
Lisa, did you say that there was a book of scripts? I can't remember the name of it. I think you had told us before.
there is a bold book, which has, it's a little book. It has scripts, but I know there's one called The Book of Yes by Brian Ward. I think it's
Okay.
Brian. And basically you only pay for the shipping. It's called The Book of Yes. It's actually really good.
Thank you.
And if you guys don't listen to Les Brown in the morning, you're missing the best mornings ever.
What
He's
is
the
that on?
best. He's really, really awesome. And this morning I was reading listening to How to Get Unstuck. And it's an older one that he does, but he is so inspirational. Just throw him on. Don't look at your phone. Don't look at your email. Don't look at text. Throw on some really great inspirational, motivational person. So my favorites are Les Brown and Jim Rohn. Those are my two,
Jim
right now, my
Rohn?
2 go-to people.
Where do you get them?
YouTube,
Oh, okay.
Rohn is R-O-N-E.
ROHN. And they're both funny. They're both like easy to listen to, whether you're going for a walk or you want to, you know, or you just want to sit down and listen, you know. But I'm usually out for a walk or doing exercise and listening to it. And it's like breakfast. It's like the best kind of breakfast you can have in the morning. So I would suggest, you know, try doing that. What about some powerful closes for prospecting here? Why don't we just all, I know we have a couple minutes, but if everybody picks something that they can read out loud, I would love that. Because this is what you're going to do when you're on the phone with an expired, a circle dial, for sale by owner. And remember, how many times does it take that you need to close? How many times should you ask?
3.
Minimally 3. I'd say up to 5 times. But at least, you know, when you ask somebody, say, you know, put a check mark, ask them again in a different way, ask them one more time. And let's say any one of you decide that for sale by owner, what do you do with it next? If they said, I'm waiting, what are you gonna do next? Can anybody tell me what's your next move with that person that you just spoke with as a for sale by owner?
Wouldn't you follow up with a thank you card and
Oh,
some
Perfect, perfect. And then what?
reach back next week or something, I guess.
Okay. Maybe ask them if they had open houses, ask them if they've had any phone calls. Put them in your calendar and don't let it go. That one conversation, most people just let it go. It takes 5 to 12 times for you to get an appointment. 5 to 12. But that's where the money is. And I've had for sale by owners turn into lifelong friends, referral partners. It works.
Lisa, what if you have a buyer for one of their homes? How does that,
Even better.
I mean,
That's why you ask if they're willing to, reduce the price when working with a buyer, because it's going to cost them. They have to pay you. You can ask, are you willing to pay a reduced commission if I bring a buyer to you? Some people will say no, but they have no idea what that means. So you have to educate them.
okay.
Just get in that house, get in there, go face to face if you possibly can. Ask, oh, could I snap a few pictures? Would you mind if I took a video for my buyer? Whatever it is that makes them feel good about you being interested in their home. And then, again, the thank you note, an email, a text. You guys have to try all of them. Call again and mark it down in your calendar. Write down, when you're calling them. So don't give up. But why doesn't everybody go through and read one of these before we go for the day? Because this is what you're going to end with, so you can get an appointment today. At least maybe one of these.
I'll read number 1 to get us started.
Okay.
If you could get what you wanted for this home now, would you put your home on the market today? Then let's set an appointment today.
Excellent. Straight to the point. Who's next?
I'll go next. If I could get you top dollar for your property in the next 30 days, would you list your home with me? Let's set an appointment today.
I want to know how everybody feels when they say that. If I could get your top dollar for your home in the next 30 days, would you list your home with me? What is everybody's thought when you say that?
Oh my God, I hope I could do it.
Okay. I know that's everybody's thought. They're afraid. They're afraid to say that. Don't be afraid. It's okay. I know people have limiting beliefs. Say it anyway. You'll get it done. If you can get them to the right price, it will be gone. And if not, you're going to convince them this is just a way to get the appointment. So I know that everybody's limiting belief goes like, oh my God, I've never sold a house in 30 days. How am I supposed to, do they mean, and maybe they're going to think they're going to move out in 30 days. And maybe, so everybody starts going nuts in their head. So just let it go, say the words and own them. So who's next?
I'll do number 3. I like that one. So if you felt absolutely confident that you could sell your home now, would you sell it? Let's meet so I can show you how confident I am that I can sell it for you now.
Excellent. Who's next?
I kind of like number 5. Can I just skip to that one, or?
Absolutely.
Okay. Hi, Lisa. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you one more time for an appointment. I've learned over the years that if I don't, you might end up with a mediocre agent and lose money. You don't want to lose money on the sale of your home, do you? I can drop by at Wednesday, or would Tuesday at 3 o'clock be better?
Excellent. Excellent. Who's next?
I'll do number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you said you have to move to Weymouth by October, right? Well, based on the time it takes to get a home on the market, get it properly exposed to the public, and sell it, we need to get together as soon as possible. So let's set an appointment today.
Excellent. Here's another one that gives you some limiting. Is anyone else on here? Okay. So it will only take me 5 minutes to show you how I get top dollar for the homes that I sell. It would be worth 15 minutes of your time to be absolutely sure. you are going to receive the most money for your home. You want to net the most money possible, right? Let's set an appointment today. There's another one where somebody says, oh my goodness, my listing appointments are 2 hours. How can I do that in 15 minutes? Once you get there, they're not looking at the clock. So don't worry about those time limits and those constraints. It's just getting in there for that appointment. So how many calls to, how many cold and warm calls is everyone going to commit to today?
10 calls,
And
Yeah.
yeah,
text messages.
10 calls. Okay, and you're gonna take a note of what happens with that for me. Okay, just say I made 10
gotta
calls. I
warn-
talked to one person.
I gotta warn you, I'm not gonna be here on Wednesday. I have an appointment.
Okay, if you can, if you want to send a message on this group to me or whatever you want to do, send me a message. What happened this afternoon?
Okay, will do. Thank you.
How about you, Matthew?
Well, I usually do it by contacts, but number of calls.
Okay, do contacts.
I'll say 10 contacts today. That sounds
Excellent.
good. Yeah. 10 contacts.
All right, I'm just going by who I see next on the screen, the way my screen is going. So Teresa, what are you going to do?
I'm going to try 10 as well. Whoops.
There is no try. 10 calls or 10 contacts?
Maybe a mix. Maybe I'll do 5 and 5.
5 calls. So do you know what the difference is?
No.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll set up saying 10 calls is calls they can go to anybody and they could hang up, and that means you made 10 dials.
Okay.
10 contacts is 10 people you actually had a conversation with about real estate. It's
Okay.
a much more difficult thing. So what I would say is, why don't you say 5 contacts? That might take you 50 rings to talk to 5 people.
Okay.
It can take, so why don't we say 50 calls or 5 contacts? So don't give up till you hit the 50. So,
Okay.
make those dials up to 50, but if you get 5 contacts before the 50, then you're good.
Okay.
You've reached your goal.
Thank you.
John Carlos?
I'm gonna have to do the same, push for 50 calls and try, getting 5 or 10 contacts today.
Did you know that we have a saying here that there is no try?
I mean, I'm pushing for 50 calls to
I
get my,
will call 50 people today.
yes.
You got to tell it to your head first.
Right, oh yeah.
And Barry?
50 numbers to call. Wow. I don't think I have that many in my whole list.
Do you have circle dialing? Do you have Cole Realty?
Okay, you're right.
I know a place that you can call that's really great, and you know a lot about the area.
Uh-huh.
You could
Okay.
do 50 dials over there.
Yeah, I could do that then. Yeah.
You know how people are going to be moving out of there right now, the summer's over. They might be like, okay, I'm going to sell.
Yeah. Okay.
So 50 dials, and let's try for a goal of 5 contacts.
Okay.
And mix it up. Look on Zillow, look wherever you can find. If you can find a Yellow Pages anywhere.
You said Zillow, find me, make me an offer, right?
Yeah, make me move. And there's also, like, if you go over to, I think it's, it says for sale by owner, I think, just on the left. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've got this down, and if it would be awesome do you guys have my phone number? You could just text me this later, or I don't know, throw it up on here, onto, scripts and tips, but let me know how it went for the day. I would love to know.
What's your number, Lisa?
781-901-9166.
Okay, thank you. I'll text.
Thank you, guys. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming to Scripts
Thank you.
today. Let's go get some listings, because we can't let everybody else get them. We got to get them. We're practicing. We're ready.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have an awesome day.
You
All right,
too.
you too.
Okay, thanks.
Now on to Ignite.
On to Ignite. Woo! Ignite your business.
Take care.
Bye.